Okay, this is Raven, and today I am hopefully going to teach you how to make one of these little guys, a little smiley face candy corn. This is a little bit tricksy, but it's not too bad. For this you're going to need your string. I'm using fishing line, but you can use anything you want. Just be aware that if you use elastic, it is going to lose its shape after a while. And you're going to need your beads. Now you'll need, here, let me put this guy here. You're going to need 5 white beads, 15 orange beads, you're going to need 5 black beads, and 13 yellow beads. Okay, and I'll just set him over here. Now to start, you're going to need kind of a lot of string. I took off maybe 5 feet of string. I probably won't need that much, but I like to have extra. And to start, we are going to do this row right here. Okay? See that? Alright. So we're going to start by putting 2 yellow on our string. And then just put it down to the middle like that. Then we're going to take our strings, put them together, and put 1 yellow bead on both strings. Now we're going to take our strings apart and put 1 black and 1 yellow on our strings. Okay? So that it looks like that. Now we're going to put our strings together and put a black bead on. Now we're going to take our strings apart and put 1 yellow and 1 black on. Now if your stuff gets switched around, like if it didn't come out like this, you know, if it came out looking like that, that's fine. You just turn it around when you do the next layer. Okay, and then we put our strings together, put 1 yellow bead on, then take our strings apart and put a yellow bead on each string. Okay, so this is our first little set of rows. At this point, you are going to take your strings and tie it just a couple times so that it doesn't come apart. Okay, now we're going to do the bottom part next. So we take our string, one of them, doesn't matter which one, put it through the bottom bead. Okay. Then we're going to put yellow beads on all the way across. So take a yellow bead, put it on your string. Oops, it's getting a little bit tangled here. Put it on your string, then put your string through the next sticky outie bead, like that. Then you do it again. Put a yellow bead on, put it through the next sticky outie bead, then you put your last bead for the row. Okay, and then put it through that last bead. Now at this point we're going to take our string, go back through the bead that we just put on. Okay, just pull it tight, and then we're going to put our last 2 beads on. So we take a yellow bead, put it on there, put it through the sticky outie bead, and then 1 more. Now we're going to leave this string alone for a little while, and we're going to go do the rest of our little candy corn guy. So take your other string, put it through the top bead. Oops. Like that. Now, here, if you can see what we're doing, we are going to put on an orange bead this time. We're moving into the orange. So you just do that all the way across. If you hear that sound, that beeping sound, that's just our dehumidifier saying that it's full. But I'm not going to re-record this because it takes a while to do this, so we're just going to have to deal. Okay, so now that you've got this row, we're going to put an orange bead on, then go through the sticky outie bead, the one that we just put on. Oops, not a black bead. Silly me. Take our orange bead, I don't know what I was thinking there. I just wasn't looking, I guess. Put another orange bead on, and then as you can see, we've gotten to the end, and we want to put on one last bead, except we have no, nothing to attach it to. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our other string, the one that we haven't been using, and we are going to go around okay, what we want to do is we want to have our string come out this bead, okay? So you're going to go through whatever beads you need to in order to make it come out that bead. Now this is what I'm going to do, if you can watch me. Alright, so that was pretty simple. And then we take our orange bead, and doesn't matter which string, just take one string, put it on, and then take your other string and put it through the other way so that it makes kind of an X. I don't know if you can see that, but you just pull it tight and it goes like that. Now we want to continue with our orange beads. So put an orange bead on your string. Oops. If it kind of goes loose like that, that's okay. It'll tighten up as we go along. So just put your string through the next sticky outie bead and just go across. Alright, now at this point, if you can see what we're doing, we want to put our string through the bead that we just put on, and we're going to put on our last two black beads for the eyes. Okay, now we put on an orange bead. Oops. Put on an orange bead. Go right through the bead that we just put on. Oops. No, that's not what we want. Sorry, I have trouble working with long bits of string. They get tangled. And then put another orange bead on, and now we have the same problem we had before, where our bead that we need to put on has nowhere to go. So what we want to do is we want to travel across so that we come out this bead, okay? So I am going to do that by doing that, going down one bead, and then going all the way across. Oops. So go all the way across and come out this bead. Now we just do the same thing we did last time. Take a bead, put it on one of our strings, then take our other string, put it through the bead going the other way, make a little X, and then just tighten it. Oops. Oh no, did my string get tangled? Yes, it did. There we go. Alright, now we take the string that is now facing inward and we keep going. We put on our last two, our last two orange beads. Oops. Again, if that bead that we just put on gets a little wiggly, that's okay. We just pull it tight again, and it's just fine. Just like that. Oh, come here. There we go. Alright, now we are going to do our white beads. So what you do is you take your string, go back through the bead that you just put on, put on your white bead, go through the next sticky outy bead. Then you take your white bead, put it on your string, go back through the bead that we just put on. Now we have nowhere to put that last bead, so we do the same thing we did before and just go across the beads until we come out this orange bead there. So I am going to go this way. Alright. I'm trying to do this on camera so that you can see where I'm going, but it's not really working out too well. Okay, so we want to go through this bead, and then through this bead. Ugh, this recording is getting long. Oh well. Can't be helped. I have to show you every bead so you know exactly what to do. Okay, now do the same thing we did before with putting the bead on one string, then putting the other string through the other way. and just tighten it. Now you put on one more bead. And then to put on your last bead, what I do is I take both strings and go back through that last bead. Here, let me show you. Go back through the last bead that I put on. So I'm going to go through one way, and then I'm going to take the other string and go through the other way to make that X again. And then I just pull it tight, and then put my last bead on one string, and then put the other string through the other way, pull it tight, and we've got the top of our little candy corn guy. And then you just tie it. See, I didn't need 5 feet of string. I probably only needed, I don't know, 3.5, maybe 4 feet. But it's always better to have more than less. So then you just tie it with as many knots as you feel are necessary to keep it from falling apart. I do a lot of knots because I don't really trust my fishing line not to slip a little, but you don't need as many knots as I'm doing. And then when you feel like it's secure, just snip off the ends. And you've got your little candy corn guy. I hope this was informative. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.